Hello everybody. Um, I'm gonna talk about ghosts today because that sounds like a good topic for me to talk about right now. Um, First of all, there's been some ghost activity in my little condo. Um, and I haven't really highlighted upon it in my brain. I haven't seen it, as something significant enough to be the centerpiece of my attention so far. I'm just working through a lot of other stuff, and therefore, some stuff occurs just like it's expected because of some of the spiritual practices and experimentation that I do. Um, there are two instances, three, but two that very stick out in my head a lot. And these are quite physical, and the only reason I don't like to talk about these things is that it makes me feel like I'm exploiting um, the whole soul of the ghost, the whole idea of its being, the whole soulality. Just it's its own self, and it has its own world and integrity. Um, And so I respect them, and I want them to know that I respect them, maybe. Um, I can hear them laughing, though, um, in my foresight head thought. Um, I don't think a ghost should trust a human, or a human should trust a ghost, but, like respect and wonder and awe at God's creation, at the creation, whatever. Um, it's just a very interesting learning tool to talk with them and stuff. They're always in the back of my mind somewhere. I keep the awareness of presences always in my mind. Um, and so I'm going to tell you the two things that happened. I was laying down in bed and bam, this hand, it like slapped my butt like really hard. Um, and I look around, nobody's there. Like, okay. And sometimes the bed I'm on right here shakes. Um, this is because I've had a lot of outer body experiences on this bed. I don't sleep on this bed anymore, but my boyfriend does. Um, because it's impossible for us to sleep together. Because of the energy that I need when I sleep. My sleeping circumstances are different from other people's because it's a spiritual practice for me, and it's a spiritual time of learning from teachers, spirits, masters, whoever is there, and being next to him, that energy, while I'm in such a comatose state, it affects me in ways that I don't want at night. When my soul is doing whatever, learning from teachers and stuff, because he definitely does affect who I am. I haven't asked him if he has felt it wiggling at all, but it does for me still sometimes when I'm just on it and stuff. Yeah, kind of miss those times on this bed, outer body experiencing. But, oh, here he comes right now. I'm busy. What? Do you need to see something? Okay. Cool, thank you. And, one time on this the fold-out couch that I sleep on now, I was just kind of sleeping, like, in and out of it, almost asleep but not. This forlorn finger starts stroking my cheek with love and longing, respect and anguish. Um, it was forlorn, and it was, it was scary, but it was a being reaching out from some realm, adoring me. And I do have to say that sometimes these beings do adore me for some reason. They love my sound, my sweet intentions to them, to the world, and my humbleness and keeping silence, etc. Whatever. And then another time, this was quite recent, I just felt another, hand on my cheek. Well, in my fold-out bed. Also above, I guess, many people, normal people would call it an altar, but I don't call it an altar. It's like, altar reminds me of something from a wedding, isn't an altar like a train or something? Altar, you have to alter clothes, it means like you change something. I'm just saying it because of similar words sound alike, and that's kind of a magical practice for me to think about that kind of stuff. And it implies, I believe, that high worship of high things, to have a altar, a ceremonial, I don't mind ceremony, it's just something so established. It's very strict in my mind. But one time I looked over and this black mist was kind of going over my altar. Oh yeah, and one time I was meditating on Archangel Michael and a couple other angels, and whenever Archangel Michael came up, the first time, something dropped from I don't know what it was, my boyfriend's dresser, or dropped from the windowsill, and time went on, I was thinking, integrating all sorts of ideas and whatever. Again, up comes Archangel Michael. Something else moves, I work with him, and the way I work with him isn't so light and fluffy as I would first think it would be. He's kind of he gives me insights about strictness and teaching and the relevance of life when it really comes down to it. He also reminds me of a surgeon kind of these days. Clean, whatever. Okay, so I've talked about ghosts now, and now I think I'll just keep talking about ghosts. No, I don't really want to, because I can see their faces. I remember pictures of ghosts, stories of hauntings. I don't like the way they're presented, nor talked about, the notations beside them. It is in a very derogatory format, according to the holy questions of all the cosmos. This should be more of a reality / speculation of the eternity of the self right now, the relevance of the personality, the relevance of yourself. I just love them. I love them, and I speak to them through time, through the TV. I control my thoughts a lot. I'm quite good at controlling my thoughts. I've been learning how to do it for the last 10 years. And, if I want to reveal some truths to the presences through the TV, through time, through the programs, I'll tell them how I feel, how I really feel, and responses come, and dang it, the thing just turned off. I don't like that when it does that. But yeah, I often do not let presences know exactly how I feel. And that's because I like to let the presences observe me as well as the people who are talking to them, so that they can balance the two truths, and they themselves can decide what is going on. Really, like a priest for ghosts, a priest for an advocate for ghosts and people. I feel very affinate to the forlorn and to the hauntings. It is called a haunting these days, and that does manage some twisting, like, oh no, fear. And these hauntings that's what it revolves around. And fearful, wooey, blah blahness is a type of music. Even it's a genre. It's a whole genre unto itself. And for that, I respect the world of ghosts, because maybe they simply like the music of whatever the music does. Tears, eternal tears for pain, death, and suffering. I really wouldn't see anything wrong with that. Being there and suffering for everything that's ever happened. Sometimes Mother Mary decides to cry through a statue, or sometimes there's energy somehow and Jesus cries in a statue. There really are some things worthy to cry about, and it just happens. Yeah, I've cried so much though. Like, I used crying as a way to become knowledgeable and in tune with myself. And since like years ago or whatever, I can't cry anymore like that. It just goes on forever and ever and ever these days, and there's no stopping, and therefore I see where I can be happy because of the people around me and situations. They're all happy. They're all awkwardly undefined and have pain within their structures, and that's why I can't mourn for the eternity, because what I see around me does not support mournful practices. Alright. I guess that's all, and have a great day. Namaste.